I had known that I was going to be stuck with a pretentious sad boy for the rest of eternity?
She sounds really pretentious.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit pretentious, but then again, Van Houten uses words like tendentious and bacchanalia, so...
Pretentious, but happy.
All right, let's dive into a word that describes a very specific, and let's be honest, often awkward social situation. It can be a little tricky, but trust me, once you get it, you'll start seeing it everywhere. So let's get into it. Before we even get to the word itself, I want to start with a feeling. A feeling I bet we've all had when talking to someone. You know the type, right? Maybe they use these huge, complicated words when a simple one would work just fine. Or they're constantly name-dropping obscure authors. It's just a very particular kind of vibe. It's not just that they're passionate. It feels more like a performance, you know? Like the goal isn't really to connect with you, but to impress you. You just get the sense that something is a little bit off. Well, for that exact feeling, that mix of showing off and feeling just a bit fake, the English language has the perfect word. And that word is pretentious. It's an adjective, and it's super useful because you can use it to describe people, art, writing, you name it. Okay, so there's the official dictionary definition. The key phrases here are attempting to impress and affecting something, which really just means pretending to have it. It's all about the performance. So let's boil that down. At its heart, being pretentious is just trying to seem more important or smarter than you really are. It's using fancy language to show off, not to be clear. And that's why it ends up feeling so fake. It's all about appearance, not about real substance. Okay, so that's the textbook stuff, but what does being pretentious actually look and sound like out in the wild? Let's check out some real-world examples. Conversation is probably the #1 place you'll spot this. So let's look at the difference between a statement that's genuine and one that's, well, pretentious. So check out this example about coffee. On the left, you've got someone just sharing something they enjoy. It's clear, it's simple, and invites you into the conversation. But on the right, oof, the language is just so over the top. Using words like palette and esoteric notes feels designed to make the speaker sound superior, not to actually share an experience with you. And we see the exact same pattern here with movies. I enjoy thought-provoking films is a great way to put it. But the sentence on the right sounds like it was ripped straight out of a film studies textbook. In a casual chat, that kind of language doesn't build connection, it builds a wall to show how smart someone is. So here's the bottom line. It all comes down to the intention behind the words. Is the person trying to connect with you and share something they love, or are they trying to show off and make you feel small? That's the real test. Now, this brings us to a really, really important distinction, because it's super easy to mistake someone who is genuinely knowledgeable and confident for someone who is pretentious, but they are totally different things. And this is the big question, right? If you're an expert in coffee or film, does that automatically make you pretentious when you talk about it? No, absolutely not. Real confidence and expertise are about sharing what you know in a way that people can actually understand. Pretentiousness, on the other hand, is about using that knowledge to create distance and make yourself seem superior. Look at how this breaks down. A confident person's motivation is just to share a passion. So they use clear, easy-to-understand words because their goal is to connect and inform. A pretentious person, they're looking for admiration. So they use complicated language to exclude people, because their goal is to impress you and feel superior. The goals are complete opposites. So let's wrap this all up with a simple tool you can use. How can you spot pretentiousness, or maybe even check yourself to make sure you're coming across clearly? Just use this quick 3-step test. First, ask yourself, what's the intention here? Is it to share or to show off? Second, look at the language. Is it meant to be clear, or is it meant to be confusing? And third, just trust your gut. How does it feel? Does it feel genuine, or does it feel like a performance? I really love this quote from the poet W.H. Auden. It perfectly captures this idea that pretentiousness isn't actually original or genuine. It's like borrowed knowledge or a borrowed style, worn like a costume to impress people, instead of being a real part of who that person is. And that really leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? If being pretentious is all about performance and being fake, then maybe the simplest way to avoid it is just to be yourself, to share what you genuinely love in your own words with the simple goal of connecting with other people. Something to think about. Thanks for watching.